Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie. We're on Patreon now. Stay tuned to the end to hear more about how you can help out and make your voice heard. The Halloween movies are some of the most classic horror flicks out there, and the slash-em-up villain of the movies, Michael Myers, is one of the most recognizable horror villains ever. And with Halloween coming up in 2 days, this seems like a great time to get spooky up in here. So get ready, it's time to ask the question, what if Michael Myers was real? First of all, let's get this out of the way. Yes, Michael Myers is also the name of a famous comedian. Yes, it was tempting to just say screw everyone and make this video about Mike Myers, but I won't, because that would be mean, and I like my job.
Yeah, baby!
So, with no further ado, let's talk about the more murderous of the Myers boys. Sound good? Well, before we start hypothesizing, we should probably discuss the very real origins of Michael Myers, because in a way, he is real. John Carpenter, creator of the character, claims to have been inspired by an actual boy he saw in a mental institution while at college. One class trip took Carpenter to an institution in Kentucky, where he saw a boy in his early teens. This boy apparently stared at Carpenter with such evil in his eyes that it inspired the character of Michael Myers. However, little is known about this boy, and the odds are pretty slim that he went on to go on several killing sprees like the character he inspired. So, who is Michael Myers the character? Well, he's often characterized as a personification of evil. In the original story, when he was 6 years old, he murdered his sister on Halloween. 15 years later, he escaped from a sanitarium and terrorized a group of teens, killing many of them. Then he did it again, and again, and again. Now, serial killers are not exactly new to this world. While they may not be as common as shows like Criminal Minds would have us to believe, they certainly exist. You need only look to people like Charles Manson or Paul Bernardo to see that some people do incredibly evil things. But what is uniquely terrifying about Michael Myers is that he seems to be just about unstoppable. He can take large amounts of damage undeterred, and even when he's seemingly defeated, he always manages to come back. Shot 6 times? Easy. Burned inside a hospital? No biggie. Shot some more by police? Not a problem, bro. This guy has more lives than a cat. But defying death isn't Michael's only power. He seems to have other supernatural abilities as well. Some claim that these abilities were given to him by the curse of the thorn, while others say that he's simply more powerful because he is pure evil. Either way, Michael has shown superhuman strength and durability, and possibly some sort of healing factor. He also seems to be unnaturally stealthy, able to sneak up on people soundlessly. This would make him particularly terrifying in real life. You never know when he might be right behind you. However, as powerful as he is, many rightfully question whether he would be quite so effective in real life. People in movies, and more specifically, teenagers in horror movies, tend to act poorly. Whether they're splitting up in a dark house or having sex on a secluded dock, people don't exactly act in their best interests in horror films. In real life, the slow giant dude in the freaky mask carrying a kitchen knife would probably be caught pretty quickly. Most importantly, cell phones would put something of a damper on his plans. It's hard to stalk and murder a group of teens when they all have a phone on them at all times. Nothing would be more embarrassing than chasing a person and trying to kill them only to be arrested immediately and learn they were live tweeting it the whole time. Now we return to our question, what if Michael Myers was real? Well, in a way he is, since he was inspired by a real person, but that person likely does not have the same murderous resume. If the actual character existed in real life, he'd be pretty terrifying. Super strong, great at evading capture, and seemingly immune to death itself, he would be difficult to stop. At the same time, however, the fact that people in the movies tend to act like idiots, and the existence of cell phones would make it a lot more difficult for him to isolate and kill his prey. All told, I think I speak for most people when I say I'm glad he's just in the movies. Thank you for watching Life's Biggest Questions. I hope this was interesting and informative, and maybe even inspired you to look into it further on your own. If you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to the channel down below. While you're down there, let me know who you would want at your side if you were being hunted by Michael Myers. Also, as mentioned earlier, we have a Patreon now. So if you'd like to help out the channel and have exclusive access to a number of special perks, check out the link in the description. Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie with Life's Biggest Questions, wishing you the best of luck on your quest for answers.